Warning, please watch the video before commenting. Warning, please watch the video before commenting.
Hello everybody, what is up? It is TehMimi here. Today I'm finally getting around to making the video response to MTV News' video, which I didn't even know MTV expanded from actual television, the problem with white beauty standards. And the reason I'm doing this is because every example they used in this video is complete and utter bullshit. Now, I'm not saying that I don't believe beauty standards don't exist at all. All I'm saying is the ones that they use in this video are 90% lies. And I'm going to tear this video a new asshole right now.
People have actually said to me, "Are you mixed with something? You don't even look black."
You have pretty big eyes for an Asian person.
Is that really your nose? What?
Okay, well, because I am so unnormally pale, which you might not actually even be able to tell in this webcam video, but I am, people have actually asked me if I had a disease.
White beauty standards are when whiteness is the default and it becomes the cultural ideal for beauty.
They don't specify whether that's in the country or worldwide, but if it's in the country, that is because 62% of the population happens to be white. That does not mean, however, that they are excluding other races, and I will prove that later on. That just means that more people happen to be of a white race, and therefore probably more people in models and commercials are going to be seen as white, but that does not mean they purposely exclude other races. It may have been that way back in the 1950s, but now there are even laws against doing so.
It's usually a slim nose,
Having light skin, big eyes, long lashes,
and hair that is the absolute opposite of mine.
The last thing really gets to me the most because hair is probably the easiest thing you can change if you're unhappy with it. It's not like going out and getting a cosmetic surgery or going out and getting some sort of poisonous injection in your face to make it like, you know, like this. But it really is the easiest thing you can change. And if she's so unhappy with it, then why? Why did she go on camera in front of possibly thousands and thousands of people with the hair that she has that apparently the beauty standards are so against? In which I would like to respond to. I think her hair looks very pretty, actually, and that's not me trying to be a suck-up asshole either. I honestly, legitimately do. And I think she does, too. Otherwise, why would she be doing that? Secondly, not every single white person has beautiful, luscious locks like the ones you see on a Victoria's Secret fashion show.
What's wild is that if you're white, you might not even see it because it's so pervasive.
So basically what she is saying, and what is also confirmed in the comments of the actual video, if I were to be any other race right now, and I had the same opinion and said the same exact words that I have already said and will say in this video, those words, in my opinion, although exactly the same, would be more validated.
So this shade is nude. Spoiler alert, not all of us look like this when we're naked.
If you're still watching this video right now, please, please, please pay attention to this right now. This is one of the most important parts of the entire video because this is where I'm going to literally rip the video a new asshole. Because videos have assholes. When she holds up the foundation, you can actually see that it's blurred out and you can't tell what the title of the foundation is or what brand it's by. But in this clip, you can kind of make out what the type of foundation it is. So if you do a quick Google search online, I believe that says Dior Skin. I could be pronouncing that wrong. And it looks like the shade is 020. So with the screen cap from Google, if you search it, this pops up and it looks like the same exact bottle. And I had already clicked on the Sephora link, but let's do it again. Ah, and there it is, 020. Oh, wait a minute. That doesn't say nude. That says light beige. But the bottle still says nude. Let's take a look at another shade, see if we could see something here. Huh, the lightest color doesn't say nude either. It says ivory. And the bottle still says nude. Let's try a darker color. Huh, even with the darkest color, it still says nude. Well, imagine that. So basically, every shade of this particular foundation is called nude, whether you get the darkest shade or the lightest shade. So why did she pick the lightest shade? Because she wants to make this situation seem worse than it already is. Do you know the real reason why it's called nude? Because there are other brands of makeup that do the same thing. They call them nudes. They call them naked. It's not because the color is nude. It is because they try to advertise their foundation as to when you put it on your face, it doesn't cake up. It doesn't look like you're wearing foundation. Nobody wants that look where they look like they're wearing makeup. They want it to look poreless. They want it to look like your skin is breathing. They want it to look natural. They want it to look nude, like you're not wearing anything, like your face is naked, like there's nothing on your fucking face. Do I clarify now? Does it make a little bit more sense? They are making it so that way that you don't look like you're wearing foundation when you're wearing foundation. Yes, girls, we are very fucking weird.
But there's never enough different, diverse colors in these foundations.
If that was really their point, then why didn't they just say that instead of lying to their viewers by picking out a foundation that not many people would know about and actually saying that this shade was nude when really it wasn't the shade, it was the entire line. And especially this particular foundation that they picked out was one that had very little choices in between shades, whereas many other foundations actually do. But if you would really like to debate me with the issue of foundations not having enough range from colors, I will agree with you. Now, I know that since I am a very overprivileged white girl and shouldn't be talking about this, I know since all of that comes into action, I probably am not allowed to really say this, but I have that issue too. As I mentioned earlier, I am so pale that people mistake me for being sick, and I am in fact so pale that I could wear white, like a white shirt, and it would almost blend in with me. This is NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in 01 Chantilly. Everybody recommends this for pale skin. I have went from drugstore to high-end in search of everywhere to find a concealer and a foundation light enough for my pale-ass fucking skin. And as proof, although you won't be able to see it on the webcam, I will take a photo of it. You can see that it is way too dark for my skin. And again, you can't really see it on camera because this doesn't really take color in well. But I'll show you a picture. Anytime I put makeup anywhere on my body, whenever it oxidizes, it turns orange, and it is very visible because I am so pale. It's like painting on a piece of canvas. I'm either destined to look like an Oompa Loompa or a glass of milk until the day I die.
Ooh, nude-colored stockings. I mean, not for me, but for somebody, for sure.
Now, they don't really have the packaging on that, so you can't see the name of it, but how do we know that that's actually called nude? Or if they're just saying that it's nude-colored? And the other thing is, they actually look like they'd blend in with their skin if she put them on, because first of all, the mesh stretches, and second of all, it's not too far off from her actual skin color.
So this is eyelid tape, or eye charm. Charming, because you can finally get those Western eyes you've always wanted.
Also bullshit, and here's why. Eyelid tape is generally used for two things. The first being monolids, and spoiler alert, not every Asian person has monolids. Monolids are basically eyelids that have absolutely no crease on them, and it makes it a little bit harder to do certain makeup looks. And the eyelid tape is there to make a crease so it's easier to do so. And it's not there to push white beauty standards, it's there to make makeup a little bit easier for certain people. The other thing is, any person can use it for this issue, by the way, for when somebody's eyelids are uneven. I've even considered using it because one of my eyes are droopier than the other. And basically what the eyelid tape will do is correct it, and after a while they say that you can even take the eyelid tape off and it'll still stay corrected. And some people have even had surgeries to make their eyes look even and fixed, in like the tiny little skin on top of your eyeball look better but the eyelid tape makes it easier for those people.
This is Fair and Lovely Skin Lightening Cream.
Look at how sad this lady is in the back. She's so sad that she's brown.
First she was sad and dark-skinned, and now she's scientifically more marketable.
I don't know what the this is.
Apparently, if you use this, you can change your race.
Like, this is not a before and after.
It really starts to make you feel like you don't belong, like who you are is different and not acceptable.
So wait a minute, so if you use a product to make your skin look lighter, that's an issue, that's a huge, huge, big problem, and you shouldn't do it, and it's a sin, and all that other stuff. But people subject themselves to skin cancers and other skin-related diseases every single year in tanning beds and baking themselves out in the sunlight just to make their skin look darker, and that's fine. And on top of it, you get people like me who are completely afraid of the sun in tanning beds, so they spend hundreds of dollars on tanning products, ones that hopefully don't make your skin look orange, to make their skin darker. But no, that's fine. It's just when people use products to make their skin lighter is when it's an issue.
There's even a phrase within Black communities called good hair. And good hair is hair that is not kinky, not difficult to comb, and more closely mirrors the silky or soft hair of a white person.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with my natural hair. And I remember when I was in college and I started my locks, my uncle told me that there was no way I was gonna get a job with my nappy hair. What's really messed up is I'm pretty sure he was trying to help me.
When I would interview, I'd always pull my hair back, and then I would show up for my first day like this. So then I'd be like, take a picture of me just like this so this could be on my ID.
This is what my hair used to look like when I was 12 years old, and I used to get bullied for it every single day. I used to be called mop head, I used to be called disgusting, I was called even a lesbian, and people would write notes at my desk and say how ugly I was because of how awful my hair is. But goddamn, that white people hair.
And globally, white beauty standards are a huge thing.
If you travel to China, there's also just like white people on the billboards for like Chinese clothing lines, which is very weird.
So, wait a minute. You are actually saying that it's weird for a white person to be in an advertisement in China, but you are making an argument saying that there aren't enough interracial ads in America. What?
Even in my own family, people would point out that my brother is like a little bit darker skinned than me. Why does that matter? If it was like a white family and one of the kids was tanner, no one would give a crap about that.
So is it because that she's a minority that what she said isn't racist? Because I'm pretty sure that was pretty racist. And, also false. Because, well, you know, that whole pale thing I was talking about? Well, my cousin is very, very, very tan. And yes, she's still white. She's just tanner. And every summer she has that beautiful sun-kissed look that I've always wanted for myself. And yeah, so every summer that I would go over to my aunt's house to go swimming, or every time we would go to the beach, I would always look so much paler than I already do in comparison to her that my family would call me Casper. And to this day, if I am out in the sunlight with them, I am still Casper. But, no, white families don't do that. What are you talking about? That's a fucking myth.
I have a family photo where it looks like they put the worst Instagram whitening filter on us and just turned it whiter and weirdly blurry.
So why didn't you go to a different photographer then? By the way, I have a picture of my knee right now that was totally an accident that somehow made it look like a goddamn solar eclipse.
All right, now if you don't believe me that white beauty standards are a thing, let's play a little game. Do a Google image search for a beautiful woman.
Now, although the majority of the photos in this screen cap are of white women, there are still women of other races in this photo. And, just to do a little, comparison, let's look up the same thing in Japanese. Let's try Chinese. Interesting. If any of these are the wrong spelling to anybody who may or may not know, I apologize. This is Google's error, not mine. Well, you don't say. So you know how earlier we were talking about how the majority of the United States population is white? Well, could that somehow correspond with the results of this Google search? Because the majority of the United States speaks English. Therefore, when searching something on Google, if the majority of the population is going to be white and also speaks English, the majority of the people probably ending up in the search result will be white. Now, if you do the same thing with other languages, the same thing comes up with the race that is most popular that speaks that particular language. So, if you're speaking Chinese, for example, and search the word beautiful woman in Chinese, most of the people coming up under that Google search will be Chinese. The same thing with Japanese, the same thing with any other language.
Let's see here.
White woman behind wall.
We got blondes, we got brunettes. Takes a while, but you finally see a redhead.
Now, I'm not trying to sound like an asshole here, but with the genetic facts behind me, if you're looking at a natural redhead, chances are you're looking at a white person.
There really is still nobody. This is crazy.
So I know the majority of the people that we saw were white, but not everybody, so they're basically lying again.
I see Jennifer Lopez. Does she count?
I really hate your snobby, stuck-up attitude, lady.
Now, Google image search, unprofessional hairstyle. Ooh, a significantly larger percentage of black ladies.
Now, I'm pretty sure that the reason significantly more black people pop up in that post is because that this had a different issue behind it, also getting popular over social media. I'm not sure if it's by the same person or something else, but I do remember certain people mentioning this before, so that's probably why a significantly larger amount of black people are popping up. And if that particular issue that I just mentioned didn't have anything to do with this, then that is a really specific thing to look up. Beautiful women, then unprofessional hairstyle. Those are two totally different things.
I like that one. I've had that one. Another black woman, black woman, black woman, black woman.
This girl's hair is really cute.
The other thing is that unprofessional hairstyle doesn't mean bad hairstyle. All of my hairstyles, going back from about a year, are unprofessional, including dyeing and cutting, because I did it myself, and I'm not a professional.
The problem is that all of these social messages you get about what is and who is beautiful influences who you think is beautiful. Representation matters, and it matters because we can raise an entire generation of people who don't carry this cultural baggage with them.
Then that right there confirms my statement earlier that why would she have this particular hairstyle if society says that that hairstyle is ugly? Because wouldn't that then make her not like that hairstyle and not want to have it?
Without representation, on a subconscious level, you don't think you matter as much.
And so we have to see different representations of beauty and women of color and womanhood so that we can know that who we are is just fine.
Instead of making a snarky comment, I'm going to end this video with a short slideshow as my rebuttal to what this person said, and I'm going to be showing just a couple pictures of women who have apparently been in the 2015 Victoria's Secret fashion show, which is a pretty big deal, especially when you want to talk about beauty standards.